Hello, children. Hope finds you in the best of your health and safety. Today, we are going to read and understand chapter number 10 of Stepping Stone's book, that is Alexander the Great. Now, let's start the reading of this chapter. Alexander, the king of Macedonia, was a great general. He conquered Greece and Persia. He was ambitious and wanted a big empire. He invaded India. Now, this is the picture of Alexander, the great king of Macedonia. Macedonia is a place and he was the king of that place. This king was very ambitious. He wanted to have big empire. Therefore, he invaded India also. Invaded means he conquered India. He came and captured the administration of India. Puru was the king of northern India. He was famous for his bravery and courage. He led his huge army to fight Alexander. Alexander's army was small. A fierce battle then ensued. When his soldiers saw the hordes of Indian foot soldiers and the majestic elephants, they became a little nervous. Alexander, however, was not afraid. He led them bravely and deadly battle was fought. Now what happened? As I told you, Alexander was an ambitious king and he wanted a big empire. So he wanted to invade India. Therefore, he came to India and they fought. At that time, Puru was the king of the northern India. And Puru was famous for his bravery and courage. That king Puru was very brave and he was famous all around the world for this thing. And then they had a great fight. In the fight, when the soldiers of Alexander saw that there are so many soldiers of King Puru and there are big elephants also, so they got scared. They got scared to see such a big army. But Alexander was not at all fearful. He led his army bravely, went ahead and fought the battle. Puru's elephants proved no match for Alexander's horses. They were swift and raced like wind. They broke the right, middle, and left flanks of the Puru's army and penetrated to the center. Elephants took fright and ran wild. Now, children, as you have read before, that Puru's army was having more number of soldiers and there were big elephants also. And Alexander was having less number of soldiers in his army. But the horses of Alexander were so brave, were so fast that the elephants got scared and they ran away from there. So let's continue what happened further. By evening, there was utter confusion on the battlefield. Puru, however, continued to fight bravely. He was badly wounded, but with blood flowing from his wounds, he killed hundreds of Alexander's soldiers. At last, he fainted and was taken captive. Now, what happened? As I told you, that the elephants ran away. Many of the soldiers were dead, but Puru did not give up. Puru continued fighting in the battle, having so many wounds on the body and blood flowing from all the wounds. He did not give up. He continued fighting and killed hundreds of Alexander's soldiers also. But at last, what happened? That Puru got fainted. He was unconscious and was taken captive. That means he was put behind the bars by the soldiers of Alexander. Late in the evening, Alexander sat in his tent. Some of his generals were with him. "I have never seen a warrior like Puru," he said. He asked his soldiers to bring Puru to his tent. Puru entered the tent with his hands tied in the chains. "Remove the chains at once," Alexander ordered his soldiers. "Puru is not an ordinary prisoner. He is a king and a great soldier." Now, at the end, when Puru was taken captive, Alexander went to his tent And over there, he was having few of his generals with him. He was talking to him. He was discussing, like we people do discussions after any of the event. They were also doing it. And then he expressed that he has never seen any brave soldier, or you can say any brave king, a warrior like Puru. Like he was having so many wounds on his body, still he did not give up. He was continuously fighting the battle. So he ordered his soldiers to bring Puru to his tent, and when Puru came to the tent, his hands were tied in the chains as he was the prisoner now, right? So he completely was like looking like a prisoner. But Alexander ordered his soldiers to remove his chains at once, because he said that he is not an ordinary prisoner. He is a king and a great soldier. He looked into Puru's eyes and realized he was a proud soldier and a proud Indian. "How should I treat you?" he asked him. "As one king should treat another," said Puru. "You are a brave man, Puru," said Alexander. "I want you to be my friend." "I'll be your friend on one condition," said Puru. "What's that?" asked Alexander. "My kingdom should remain independent, and you should treat me as your equal," replied Puru. "Done," said Alexander. "I'm proud to be your friend," Puru said. "I'll do my best to be worthy of the friendship of the Alexander the Great." So now what happened, that when Alexander said that you have to remove his chains, and then they both started talking to each other. And while talking to each other, Alexander extended a hand of friendship to King Puru. And King Puru was also very smart. He said that I am going to accept your friendship only on one condition, that my kingdom should remain independent. You will not rule my kingdom. I will help you in everything which you will say. We will be good friends. But my kingdom will be mine only. You will not do anything to it. And another important thing, that you will treat me as a king should be treated. Right? As equal to you. So in this way, they had a good conversation, and at the end, Alexander agreed to all these conditions and they both became good friends. I hope you all must have understood and enjoyed the chapter. So read the chapter thoroughly. Thank you.